radio.
They're coming.
Fitzy and Whipper.
Their focus is extremely short.
How have I even got a job here?
On Nova.
Hello there, podcast listeners. Coming up in this episode, we talk dodgy bus drivers and what was filmed on your street.
Stop the presses. The big dog is back in the studio.
G'day,
Michael
guys.
John Whipley.
I normally don't go under the title Big Dog. Just wanted to give some feedback on the podcast so far. Really nice introduction from you, Jess. And Leno, your lisp is getting worse. But
It is.
Besides that, it is. But besides that, really enjoying the podcast, guys. Great intros, great outros, exciting throws. You leave me wanting more, but I know what I've already said because it's me.
Well, I like that, Whips. You're very transparent, which is good because we have a segment coming up that you lead all about deathbed confessions. Now, you've just roasted us. Is there anything that you would have someone come back and tell you on your
Yep,
deathbed?
I would like to tell everybody in my last breath that I actually hooked up with Leno's mum.
Wow.
Oh, you know what? So did I.
The issue is
Wow.
I'm not dying, so this is going to make it awkward for you and I, Leno, but that's a little secret I've had for a while now.
I've got to make some phone calls.
I'm your dad.
Fitzy and Whipper.
Remember the Northern Beaches and how quickly that
Oh, yeah.
came down? Manly was actually washed out. Now, this was a bus driver. And you know what? I look at bus drivers. I actually look at these bus drivers and there's an element to a bus driver where you see most of them are calm and they can sit there and they can drive an amazing bus. But there is also an element to them where you look at them and you go, they
Crack at any
they
stage.
could crack at any stage.
Yeah.
I mean, they go through quite a bit as
That's
well.
because they require that patience. You talk about the calm bus driver fits. You know, there are easier bus routes and then there are tougher ones where you get your regular smart asses that get on and they torment the bus driver.
Well, I remember our bus driver. It was the D bus coming home from school. Our school was pretty bad. Well, Darren Mason, the day that Darren Mason got expelled from Wirianda High School because he jumped on the top of the bus and was surfing it,
Great idea.
Teen Wolf style,
Yeah.
was I've never seen a bus driver, first of all, grip the steering wheel so hard. I've never seen someone's face go so red.
Oh, God.
And I've never heard a man yell so loud before. He was about to kill Darren Mason.
Get off me bus.
Get off me bus. And that was it. That was the end of his curricula.
Where's Darren now? You catch up with Darren at all?
Yeah, Mason, he was coaching the
Maso.
Christie's Beach Footy
That's
Club
right.
there for a while.
Yeah, right.
He's a lovely bloke.
That's
done
good.
really, really well. So this is when the Northern Beaches were flooded, right? And this bus driver has a decision. What do you do with the bus? I would say, I'm about to show you this video, I would say there's about 1.5 meters of water.
Yeah, it's big.
That's quite a bit. Now, can you watch this video, please? This bus driver has decided, with people on the bus, to drive through that floodwater.
I mean, it's halfway up his windscreen.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were on the bus, the water would be at your window, be lapping at your window.
It's a bit scary.
You'd think it's turned into a submarine.
Did he make it through?
Someone's written, what part of it's flooded didn't this driver
But then
understand?
there's a car in there. It's deceptive because that car looks like it's not
It's okay.
as
It's got
submerged
through it.
as the bus, whereas the bus, as you say, the water's halfway up the front window.
Can I just say, if I was a passenger on that bus, unfortunately, I would be a passenger saying, go for it.
Yeah,
Go for it,
do
mate.
it. I want to get home.
Have a crack. Have a crack. Oh, no, I'm not. We can't get out here. It's peeing down with rain.
Yeah.
Have a crack.
Worst case, I swim from here.
Oh, wow.
Look at him go.
Dodgy bus drivers, we want to hear. And I mean, as many Simpsons lines as you can
My
get.
name is Stu. I love to get black too.
Remember that bit?
I've never seen The Simpsons. I never watched it, but I'm sure it was awesome at the time and still is great now.
Ashley in Freshwater, what did the dodgy bus driver do to you, Ash?
Morning, boys and Sarah. How are we?
Morning.
Good, Ash. Really good, Ash.
I had a school or a prep school bus driver. He was a Macedonian bloke, and just off William Street when you go down to Woolloomooloo,
Yep.
there's a big hump in the road. So every afternoon, we'd load up the back of the bus, or he'd tell us to run up the back, and he'd go. I think it's a 50 zone. He'd go about 70k an hour over it, and the back of the bus would just catapult about 40 children into the air.
Wow.
But that was a daily joke, was it, Ash?
Daily. I don't know how someone didn't die.
That is amazing. Has anyone... Do you know what? Reese Muldoon put me onto this yesterday because I put up a video of a woman going down a water slide and she nearly fell off it. Have anyone seen the documentary called Class Action Park?
Yeah.
No. What happens there?
This guy, he built it. He was from Wall Street. He had so much money, but it was so loose. There were no rules.
He built what?
And people were dying And he was just
What did he build?
like
On water slides?
An amusement park. An amusement
Oh,
park.
my God.
It was amazing. People injuries, people dying, and they just kept building all these water slides.
Oh,
It
you
was
lose one in 1,000.
unbelievable.
Still great fun.
Do you know what? You watch it and you go, I'd still have a crack at it.
Oh.
It was amazing. Joey in Sylvania, what did the dodgy bus driver do?
Morning, guys. Thanks very much for your great show. When I was at school, a bit like the other guy, we would, when we turned off Princess Highway, there's a big road called Box Road, massive hill, and we were in primary school, but he used to let all the seniors, as in high schoolers, drive the bus the rest of the way.
Wow. Who wants to have a go, hey? This guy went on to be a pilot.
Old bus with the big wheel, so yeah, that used to be the incentive, like to keep catching the bus and get to high school.
Did you have a crack at it, Joey? Did you get behind the wheel?
No, I was always a bit too scared.
Ocean, pool, hot tub, or all of the above? Make up for missed holidays with whatif.com. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Michael in Rose Meadow, what did the dodgy bus driver do to you, Mick?
He didn't do anything specifically to me, but it was a good decade ago. What's the name? It was just when they released the twin turbo buses.
Oh, yeah.
What's the name? I knew the bus driver as well, and he was like, "Oh, get a new bus." And I was like, "Yeah, mate, nice and shiny." Go to a set of lights, and there's a P plate over in his car next to us. So he's like, "All right, get a load of how powerful this thing is," and we smashed him off the lights.
So,
really? You dragged him?
You had to drag off the lights, Michael.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you going for a run at the moment, Mick, or are you catching your breath?
Oh,
or-
no. What's the name? I'm at work, so I'm walking across site.
Oh, good on you,
Good on you,
Michael.
Mick. Great story,
talk.
buddy.
Katie in Reevesby, what did the dodgy bus driver do, Katie?
Our bus driver on the way home from school would pull up in the no parking zone outside the tab and put his vest on each Monday.
Awesome. Just quickly, guys, I'll have you home soon, but firstly,
We had a teacher do that on a school excursion.
having a
You
punt.
know when you were, I remember this distinctly because you know how you had to hold hands with your, this was in primary school, hold hands and because you're out in public.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I remember we had to stop one day and I thought we were at a red light or something and realised we're at the front of a TAB and the teacher went in and put on a couple of bets and came back out. All right, everyone grab your hands again.
Amazing. Keep walking.
Okay, they're running now. Hold my hand. I've put the house on it.
Natalie in Winmalee, what did the bus driver do, Nat?
So I was in primary school and my sister was in high school, and the bus driver was dating my sister. So we'd get to our stop and they would just flirt for half an hour. The bus was half an hour late every day because he was just too busy flirting with my sister to drive the bus.
It's very Otto,
My
isn't it?
name is Otto.
Oh, dear.
I love to get blotto.
I mean, I don't know if that's under the dodgy bus driver category. Tommy, that's another phone topic. Have you hooked up with a bus driver?
Yeah, I love that.
This time tomorrow.
This time tomorrow.
It's not bad.
Bus driver love confessions.
There are a lot of young bus drivers out there, guys who are doing
Yeah.
it. That's one of their first jobs. I want to know if you've ever had a film or a TV show filmed on your street.
Oh, okay.
We've never had it before.
We had the knock at the door, the Stan Show bump. That was last year. They were filming across the street and they were knocking on the door and Gary was giving them a really hard time with a line of questioning. Some poor guy just wanted to handle out a sheet of paper, but he wanted to know everything. I
Did you
wanted to
see
know
any
plot
stars?
lines.
Any stars there? Or
Well, we tried to linger out the front,
Yeah.
but the cops were pretty quick, even though they were quite literally 4 metres from our
It's
gate.
always a bit exciting when you see the trucks roll up and
Oh,
there'll be a
yeah.
little kitchen station as well and people walking around with headsets and wires and you think, man, this is big. Could be a huge superstar on the street.
We've never had it before. I mean, where we grew up down at Christie Downs, there was probably you could probably film a couple of NCISs.
Yep, sure.
Leno, have you got an update on NCIS, which is an American show, obviously?
Yeah, I heard on Channel 10 yesterday, they said NCIS Sydney is coming, and I Googled it. The first NCIS ever to be filmed out of the US will be in Sydney sometime on the TV next
Oh,
week.
Michael Weatherly's coming to town.
Don't know who that is, never seen the show. I just
You've
my
never
girlfriend
seen
got excited about it.
NCIS? Mate,
This is massive.
huge. It's awesome.
So
Film
I-
that on my street.
Do you find going to your letterboxes quite boring these days? Because, I mean, there's not
mate.
much mail anymore, is it? Remember when you were a
once
kid?
a week, if lucky.
Yeah,
Remember
never check it.
when you were a kid, how excited you would be to go to the letterbox?
Only if you knew something was coming.
So I went to the letterbox. There was an electrician there who I put up it was a magnet for my fridge.
Oh, I got another
That's
magnet,
awesome. I'll put that up with the other 20 that I've got. But this one, got really, really excited. Dear resident, production is underway on a new Australian feature film called Poker Face.
Ooh, that's Rusty, isn't
That's
it?
Russell
Yeah, big
Crowe's new one.
RC.
With filming taking place in Sydney and New South Wales early this year. Next Monday, we will carry out aerial filming over the harbour with 2 helicopters. We are filming with the full knowledge of the Port Authority of New South Wales. Please do not hesitate to give us a call if you foresee any problems, have any special requirements, or you would like us to take into account anything else or require any more information regarding the filming.
Wow.
I rang them straight away and said, do you need any extras?
Yeah, sure. What did they say?
Nope.
You know what? If it's an aerial shot and you know what day it is, it's probably worth going into the backyard and doing a bit of nude sunbaking. Just hoping you can squeeze it into the shot.
As a friend of Russell Crowe's, you really want to add to his production time with these antics.
Says it would be funny. There's no extra time needed. You just
There is
it's
when
a
they
little
have to
game.
edit you out
No.
and come and knock on the door and say, please go inside, sir. You're ruining the
If you
shot.
could put your member away, that'd be great.
I mean, it's everyone on the street's talking about it.
Are they?
It's awesome news.
I mean, it's just an aerial shot, though. It's not like
Yeah.
they're asking to take over your house and Russell Crowe's going to kick a door down or...
no, but the big question is, will Russell be there? And
No.
I would,
In the helicopter, maybe, but you're not going to see him.
no, but Russell, the big actors would have to be there, and I know.
What for? An aerial shot?
Elsa Pataki, she'll be there, won't
Yeah,
she?
but they just want a shot over the
just an aerial-
suburb
it's
and
an aerial
like
shot.
water probably in
They're
the
just,
harbour.
just flying over, mate. They could do it with a drone.
Wait up,
Hey.
the actors and actresses will be there.
What for?
No.
Well, this will
Does
just
it
be a
say that?
flyover shot. It could be a car chase. You never know on our street.
No, mate. On your street, it's so hard to turn around on your street. A car chase.
There's no chase there.
Kidding?
That's why it'll be a great car chase, because there's hardly any room.
So there could be, because you know how you've got that fence out the front of your place
Yes.
that then leads over the...
White Bay Terminal.
Yeah, the terminal. It could be Russell Crowe standing at that fence overlooking the city having a gasper.
Well, it's his movie, so I dare say Russell will be there directing.
And he would be saying, we're going to take over this city. And by the way, Frizy lives behind me.
Brad, in Liverpool, what was filmed in your town, Brad?
A actual TAC ad, Traffic Accident Commission for the RTA.
Yeah, and what did they do?
It was like for drink driving, concentrating on the road,
Yeah.
falling asleep.
Was it?
They actually had a car drive into, like, nobody was in the car. It was all set up. They actually had a car drive into thinking somebody was asleep, and the car drive into a tree.
Oh,
okay.
no.
I mean-
Wow. But did all the locals gather around to watch it, Brad?
It was at night, but yeah, there was quite a few locals around watching, the car go through the streets and, through the town and that, and yeah.
It would have been a bit of a buzz for everyone to see the actual ad and go, oh, yeah, I know that tree.
I know that intersection. You know, when you do watch, and that's what I love about local movies or Australian-made movies, is that you do recognise spots. You go, I know that fence. Oh, that's down there. The amount of stuff that's filmed at Centennial Park.
Well, see, the other
Every
thing,
second day you drive through.
I heard as well that you can get paid good money, really good money.
Different. That's like if they're using your house
Yeah.
as the pack to the rafters house.
Yes.
You get paid good money. If they're doing an aerial shot of your suburb Fitz, you
But
get nothing.
You sure, Sarah? Because I've already sent them an invoice.
Have you? Awesome.
That house that we shot the Heinz commercial in Fitz, we were there for the day, and that house gets let out nearly every week.
Well, see, the other one, Tommy...
It's a good income stream for them.
Tommy, can we also remember when Wolverine was in Parramatta?
Oh, yeah.
And we rang a local to see if he wanted to audition for the new Wolverine movie. We could play a little bit of that.
Well, yeah, we should play a little bit of that next. I'm not afraid of you, Wolverine.
I'm not afraid of you, Wolverine. Have you got that in the system?
We'll
Send
find
us-
it. We'll find
a
it.
little bit.
Got this in the mail yesterday. Helicopter activity on your street and around your area for the new movie Poker Face. Russell Crowe's. I text Russell, said if you need any extras, mate, I'm right here. Would love to help out. Haven't got anything
Nothing back
yet,
at
which
this
is a bit
stage.
weird, yeah.
Interesting. I mean, he might come in for a cup of coffee if he's there at all, but very exciting for the area.
You should hear the talk on the street at the moment.
Mate.
This is
What are they
amazing.
saying, buddy?
Well, they're just saying.
What did Mary say?
What's the hell is
Poker face,
is
yeah.
one of the questions.
Okay.
And I haven't seen Russell Crowe in a movie for ages was another question.
Heaps of talk.
It's good you got the building painting through strata then,
Yep.
because the building will look great in its new colour.
Yes, yeah, we're very excited. Maria in Concord, what TV show was filmed in your house?
Hi everyone. I just want to say thanks for a great show. Firstly,
you're beautiful,
we had
Maria.
an Aussie classic filmed at our house. It was packed. One of the very first episodes was packed to the rafters.
Oh, did you get paid, Maria?
We sure did.
Hey, Maria, did they pay well? Yeah.
It was well, I must say. We've had some other filmings happening after that, but packed to the rafters.
All
was
right,
definitely
Maria.
the best one.
Are we north of $5,000?
No, unfortunately not. But they were only here for a few days, so
Right.
I think it also depends on how long they occupy your house for.
Did they ruin anything, Maria, or did they keep it in good nick?
Of all production companies, they were the best ones.
Okay.
All right, so what else has been filmed, Maria?
We also had a murder filmed here.
Angela Lansbury, yeah.
Yeah, so that was an interesting one because they had a real gun on site. So there was a lot of activity and council approval because they had to shoot the blanks a couple of times.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Yeah. That was a bit messy, that
Awesome. I love that one,
Very
Maria.
messy.
Natalie in Lidcombe, what was filmed at your parents' house, Nat?
They shot Underbelly at my parents' house.
Which Underbelly? Which one was it?
I think it was the first one, you know.
The Morans?
Carl Williams.
Yes. So my parents' house was Danny Karen's parents' house.
So can I just say, Nat? I mean,
yeah, right.
Have you got like a?
You're not judging, are you, mate?
Have you got like a gangster house, Natalie, or?
Not honestly, just my parents' house is like a big brick, I don't know, Arab-looking house possibly, and then so someone randomly just knocked on their door and said,
Right.
"Oh, can we have a look inside your house? We want to film something here."
I've got Alphonse Gangitano in the car. Could the Black Prince come in for a bit?
And did you get paid as well, Nat? Did Mum and Dad get paid for that?
Yeah, I think they got paid $1,500 or something like that.
It's not bad, is it? I mean, you could rent it out, I suppose, for that over a couple
Good
of
on you,
weeks.
Nat.
wouldn't
Season 1.
Sue in Westmead, what was filmed at your place, Sue?
I had Brian Brown come to our house to shoot Dirty Deeds.
Oh,
get out of town.
How good's
Such
that?
a beautiful man, so lovely.
How'd they find the house, Sue? Why your place?
I was living at Maroubra Beach, and they film a lot of things down there. But we had a 4-unit block of units.
Yep.
Just behind the beach, and they were looking for something set in the 60s, and of course this building was built in the 60s, so they came into my unit and redecorated, so they used it for the film.
Good on you, Sue.
Great.
You saw Brian taking the bins out again, did you?
Saw him taking the bins out, and I know what day the bins are finished. So what I do sometimes, I walk the dog, and I'll rattle the bins out the front, and I'll go, all right, as if they've just done it, hoping he'll come out and grab it and take it back.
He does seem like the kind of guy who waits for his bins to be emptied. He's got nothing going on.
Brian, it's Ryan.
I love him. Jody in Engadine, what's happened at your house, Jodes?
It was not at our house. I coach a running group, and we'd turned up to Sutherland Bike Track, and the movie you're talking about, the Russell Crowe movie, they were all there filming a car scene.
Wow, and were all the big stars there, Jody?
Russell Crowe and Liam Hemsworth were both there.
See, I told you.
The security guys were very excited to
Mate.
tell us that we could only run up the top and who was down there and what was going on.
Gee, how exciting, Joe. Did you get a couple of photos from a distance?
We kind of ran a little bit around and had a little sticky beak. It was good.
See, I told you, you guys are all... You're saying no one will be there. I'm telling you that all the big stars will be there for the aerial shot, without a doubt. Mate, I'm
Are you nervous about the big shoot?
Well, I'm just thinking about maybe getting a bit of... I don't know.
What?
Well, just some cheese and bickies for them if they want to come up and just...
Doing a shandy out the
'cause
front.
It would get... obviously it's a big day for them.
Yeah, you could be the snacks crew.
A lemonade stand? I mean, can we see if we've got, Leno, we were talking earlier about how when they filmed Wolverine in Parramatta, that was a big one. We were ringing local residents and shops down there because apparently they'd been filming on the street.
Hugh Jackman's
Massive.
in Parramatta.
He's
It
in
was
Parramatta.
massive.
And we actually rang, pretending to be from a production company, seeing if people would like to audition as they're filming there. And we got onto this guy.
3, 2, 1, and action.
I'm not afraid of you, Wolverine.
Wolverine? Like Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Yeah, last word, Wolverine. 3, 2, 1, and action.
Wolverine. I'm not afraid of you, Wolverine.
He didn't get the part, unfortunately.
And he got fired for being on the phone at work.
It's Wolverine. Not Wolfray.
Do you know what? He really put everything into that, though.
Didn't he? And he was busy. Like
Wolverine.
It was.
I'm not afraid of you, Wolverine.
It's Wolverine. It was lunchtime too, peak hour, and he took the time to audition. But
He said, I have to go, I have to go.
Didn't get it. This is an interesting one, guys. Deathbed confessions. I mean, is there any point really saving up to that final moment and going, oh, by the way, I've been seeing somebody else for 40 years?
It's
dead.
It's the ultimate mic drop, isn't it?
Isn't it?
But why would you do it? Like, I can't see the point. Unless it was something that was important that would change your life moving forward. But unless, if it was going to then affect the family and your thoughts of what the relationship has been for the past whatever, then I don't know why you would speak up.
Well, see, this is the thing. There's a lot of... I've been listening to a few podcasts and stuff like that. There's serial killers, stuff like that. I mean, Ivan Milat, they tried to get out of him if they could find out where some of the bodies were.
Yeah.
To his deathbed, took it to his deathbed. But I agree with you. As you mature with age, you want to sort of resolve things, don't you? You want to do it before you do die. So to drop the big... I'm not your father.
Yeah.
Before you go is a massive mic drop.
I'm not really your dad. It's Steve the plumber from round the corner. What? Said. But a nice joke to play too. Like just to keep the family guessing.
Lols.
I'm not your dad.
No.
It's my brother. He was the one. There's a guy by the name of Bill Edgar. How's this for Bill's work? He's known as the Coffin Confessor. Now, Bill... what he does is he's hired by people on their deathbed to turn up to the funeral and actually speak the truth about what the person was. So he recalls at the first funeral that he did, he was instructed by the man that was dying to interrupt the eulogy that his best friend was giving and let everybody know that he's not really a true friend because he's been hitting on my wife for the past 10 years.
Come on.
So halfway through the eulogy, he stands up, says, "That'll do. I've been sent here on behalf of the man that lays still in front of us here.
Wow.
And my job is to not talk about all the wonderful achievements as you're attempting to do, but to give the truth about this."
There's a television show in that.
Oh, my
Without a
God.
doubt.
Hold
Is it
up.
there?
This guy's running a scam because he gets paid by the dying party to do something after they've died. He doesn't have to do a thing.
Yes. Says-
Pocket the money and walk off.
No, that's not the rules. That's not what his aim is. $10,000 a pop for Bill to turn up to the funeral to give the
And
truth.
there's no one to check because no one else knows that he's been hired.
Tommy, it's word
Bad
of
for
mouth.
business.
Well, wait up.
No, it is word of mouth because you know what? Other people are going to be surprised, those attending the funeral to celebrate whoever it is.
No, but see, if it's someone who's still alive, Sarah, if they hear about this guy and go, you know what, I've got a confession I want as well. If he's 10 grand to do this, I'm more than happy to give him the money.
He says, I actually blend in with the mourners. I just sit with the family and the friends, and then when I'm ready, I jump up. He said, when I got up the first time with a friend that had been hitting on the bloke's wife, he said, I told the best man who was up there doing the eulogy, "That'll do, sit down. It's now my turn to talk the truth." He then read out another 3 names of people that were at the funeral and said, "Could you stand up and get out?" Because he doesn't want you here.
I've thought about that.
He doesn't want you here.
Yeah.
There's a few people on this team I've already ticked off
kidding
my,
me?
my funeral. You are
that
not
is- what do you mean? But
coming.
you give me 10,000.
Sorry, MDJ.
I tell the truth.
I am having it in coughs as well, which is weird.
Oh, that's horrible.
Why?
Spreading my ashes there for some reason,
Why
and you will
am
not
I-
be involved.
Why on earth would I be the one? You hate Tom. You speak so badly about him behind his back after every show.
He said,
terrible.
At another one, he was asked by a dying man to let everybody know what his favourite things were in life. One of them was his gun collection that nobody knew that he had. So he wanted to let everybody know that he loved his pistols.
Everyone sounds very bitter in this transaction.
No, but he just said it seemed strange. And, you know, the business started, one, because he obviously got to know this guy who was passing away. But he said, I got so sick of going to funerals where people were just celebrating how great this person was. Why don't we speak a little bit of the truth? And go, you know what? He was actually a bit of a stinker.
That was why one of the best things that was said about Warney was Kerry O'Keefe, who said he's going to heaven, but he's got that little bit of time in purgatory beforehand just to
Yeah.
think about it. And everyone goes, absolutely.
Yeah.
He wasn't a saint. We don't need to act like he was. And people respect that.
And that's why he was loved.
There's a full level of power, though, that this guy can walk into a funeral, not know anybody, stand up in the middle of a eulogy, drop a couple of grenades, and then just walk out with his arms to the side going, see you later.
At another
Should
funeral.
come up with a better
funeral,
tagline.
he was asked to let everybody know that he'd also starred in some pornography movies. So he wanted people to know that.
Because every person goes home then and Googles this guy in a porno.
That's...
Don't do it.
You wouldn't want to leave that with the family, would you?
No.
Why would you want to know that?
Be funny, wouldn't it?
Would it?
Like if you let's say you'd done a random adult film. You're overseas. You're in Turkey one time.
adult
Right, and you were backpacking, you'd run out of cash, you stumbled across this bloke who said, hey, we're shooting this film. Why don't you come along and get involved? And for the fun of it, you did. But you never told anybody. Just to set the hunt, right? So you then out, everyone leaves the funeral, you're right. And they go home and they're trying to...
Wouldn't you tell your mates beforehand?
Googling.
You didn't get to enjoy the
Turkish.
satisfaction, though, of seeing your mates, as Fitz says, get excited about it.
Go home and just Googling Turkish porn.
Whippers Wednesday.
Oh my gosh! If we went through your history tab now, I think we'd
Full
find
of
plenty
Turkish
it anyway.
delight.
Oh, Tom. That is. Anyway.
Last man standing. That's what we're doing. $500 to win right now. 13-20-14.
2 people enter. Only one leaves.
Lock the door!
There's 60 seconds. What? On the clock.
Time to dance.
It's time to play Last Man Standing.
All right, let's do this. Emma in Bexley, you're up first. What could you use the extra cash for, Em?
I need the money for a new dryer.
Oh,
so
yeah,
my dryer's
dryer.
broken. I have to spin it and then shove the stick in to keep the door shut.
Oh, no, Em, okay. You can get one with $500 too.
I tell you what, the old nothing's been drying over the last month either with the weather that we've been having. You need that, Emma, but you got to get through Tony and Cabramatta. You've got grand plans for the 500, Tony.
I do. Well, Ed's announced this tour, so if I can't win tickets, I'm going to get some tickets there too.
Tony,
Woo!
that's the thing. You could get the $500 now and the tickets after 8 o'clock.
We've got a double to
Anything
give
could
away,
happen,
Tony.
Tony.
You could get on again for everyone just tuned in as well. Ed Sheeran's on in around about 10 minutes' time and a double to give away very soon. Emma, you're going first. If you get one wrong, power goes over to Tony. Whoever has the power at the end of 60 seconds, $500 coming your way. Emma, your 60 seconds starts now. Who played Alan in the movie The Hangover?
Oh, I don't know his name. Pass.
It's Zach Galifianakis. Over to Tony. In lawn bowls, what is the target ball called?
Pass.
It's Jack. Back to Emma. Emma, what was Taylor Swift's original genre of music?
Pop.
No, it was country. Back to Tony. Tony, which vegetable makes your eyes water when you cut it?
Onion?
Yes. Where is the Brandenburg Gate, Tony?
Oh, no, it's London?
No, it's Germany. Back to Emma. Emma, how often are the Winter Olympics held?
Every 4 years?
Yes. On the film Castaway starring Tom Hanks, who was Wilson?
Here's the ball.
Yes. What is the number 2 in Spanish, Emma?
Do?
I'll give you that one. Crete, Lesbos and Rhodes are all islands in where?
Greece?
Yes. Amarok is a car type from which brand?
Emma, you've got it anyway.
She's got it.
She's got it. Em, congratulations. $500 all yours.
Yay! I can dry my clothes.
Wow, tough start too when we bounced between Emma and Tony. All over the place.
Tony, you're in the running for first class and 50k as well. Congratulations, girls.
Thank you.
No worries.
Well done.
We're just going to have to talk about Wayne Reid in Coffs Harbour.
What's happened to Wayne?
He's an ex-police officer. Now, we've done this before when you've been done multiple times in a day by the cops.
Oh, yep.
And people get really frustrated. You get done speeding or you go through a red light camera and then you're freaking out and you get done again. We got some actually good calls on this before.
Driving through the M1, did not realise there was that many cameras, and I racked up thousands of fines to the point where if I took one more, I would have lost my licence.
My husband, he was rushing to get to work. He went through a red light camera, saw the flash. It was double demerit. A little bit of panic set in, and he didn't notice his speed was still picked up. Went through the next set of lights, exactly the same thing happened.
Got him again.
On the way to work, got done 70 in a 60, got a parking fine. On the way home, got done at Carlingford Road, and he booked me for the tow ball obstructing the number plate. I give up, I resigned that day.
So this is... So Reedy was an ex-copper, and he's just bought a brand new car. And he said to his missus, "This is awesome. How good is this? Let's go celebrate." Because I love this car so much. So they went out and had a couple of drinks at the local restaurant, and unfortunately, Reedy's had a bit too much to drink.
Come on, Reedy.
He's told the coppers, well, I think he's done the whole line of, guys, used to be a cop myself, look after us here. They've gone, Reedy, can't do that. Blow into the bag.
Aww.
He's blown in there. He said, I've only had 3/4 of a bottle of wine, but unfortunately blown 0.127.
Ah, Reedy.
So then in this situation...
It's pretty heavy.
I mean, that's RBT. Actually, this popped up on my feed the other night. Actually...
Waiting for a mate.
That guy on RBT is still one of my favourites. I don't know if you saw him.
Oh, yeah, with his eyes rolling around in his head.
His eyes rolling back in his head. He was 0, but then they did the drug test and he was in a little bit of trouble there. But anyway, so what Reedy did, right, you leave, obviously with RBT, you leave the car and you got to go home, you come back and get the car at another time. But Reedy has said... Because it was a brand new car, and I know what Coffs is like...
Okay, well, that's hurtful.
He said, I didn't want to leave my car because it was in a pretty dodgy area.
Yeah, you mean Coffs?
Yeah.
No.
That was the area.
Mate, there's a couple of bad streets, otherwise it's a beautiful coastal community.
He said his new car was now parked in a less than salubrious area.
Oh, okay.
Salubrious?
Well, there are no salubrious areas, of course. I'll stop short of Hickville. I will stop short of salubrious.
So, unfortunately, Reedy waited a couple of hours, snuck back and got the car, jumped back in and got done again.
Oh, Reedy, come on, mate.
He's been done twice for DUI.
It's very Coffs Harbour.
It's not very Coffs Harbour. It could happen to anyone.
That'd be on the front page of the paper in Coffs. What's the local?
Yeah, the Advocate. Unfortunately, it went from a daily to a weekly rate. But that's okay. Now it's an online publication.
Oh, is it? They've shifted
You know what? I was really disappointed. I went past the Mudgee Guardian the other day, all closed down. That's gone as well.
Mudgee Guardian.
That's sad,
It was
isn't
such
it?
a good paper too.
But I mean, it can happen to anyone. Remember Josh Dugan during COVID? Just wanted to get out of Sydney, go down south towards Thredbo. Got done for leaving the 5K, so he thought he'd go back a different way and got done a different direction. You know, it can happen to anyone at any time. It's not a Coffs Harbour thing, Michael. It's not a Coffs Harbour thing.
What's one of the biggest crimes you've seen in Coffs, MDG?
Ice-related for sure.
Mustache.
His pants.
Chips?
A night out at the Coffs Harbour RSL after the new range landed at Taro Cash.
Oh, now
Wasn't that
is a crime.
walking stick that you took to your
The
prom,
frosted, the frosted tips with the cane going to the Hoey Mo for the after party of the Year 10 formal.
You never deserve to live that down.
We like the Life Improver. How good's the Life Improver? Oh yeah, the Life Improver. Your life improving!
I've been getting some amazing calls on this that I've been really, really enjoying. Here's some that we got last week.
Everyone has trouble with fitted sheets when they're making their bed.
Yep.
But if you just remember the tag goes on the bottom right-hand corner, you never have another issue.
Having kids, what you can do is you can dress them in their school uniform the night before, put them to bed, and then you don't have any morning getting dressed battles. They're all ready to go.
When you put your sheet away, you put it in the pillow slip. And each sheet goes in the pillow slip. So when you're trying to make the bed, you just pull out the sheet.
I love that.
That's a really good one.
Genius, wasn't it?
I've also got another mate who has told me that he has been doing the one with the password. So he's at work every day, and when he's not using his computer and it goes into sleep mode, he is now put in every day to stop eating the vending machine.
Oh, yeah.
So
Nice
his
one.
password is no vending machine.
No vending machine.
So every time he goes onto his computer, he writes in the words no vending machine. That's his password, and he hasn't been eating any extra snacks.
Nice reminder. Clever idea.
Great little life improver. All right, I've got a couple for you. First one, this was a good one. You know, with the bacon grease in your fry pan?
Yep.
You're not supposed to pour it down
The drain.
The drain, which a lot of people do because it clags
Just
it up.
easier. Yeah.
All you got to do is just put in a piece of alfoil into your sink and into your drain.
So you're moulding it into the
right?
drain, yeah.
And then when you finish with your bacon, I mean, you just put your bacon on your towels.
A lot of oil
on your
there.
paper towels,
Isn't it?
and then with the rest of the grease, you pour it into the drain. But you got the alfoil capturing it.
Oh, great.
So you make a little cup for it. You go away, you eat your bacon and eggs in the morning. When you come back 20 minutes later, it's solidified.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then all you do is just wrap it up and you put it in the bin. There
like
it is
that.
there.
Just little fat deposit in your drain.
It's a simple one. Here's another one. If you want parents, if you need a bit of time to yourself at home and the kids are doing your head in
every day,
this mum has come up with a great hack.
Put a little splash of bleach in your sink so the house all smells, clean. Grab your mop, put it here, and do this. Guys, I've just mopped the floors. You can't come out for at least 15 minutes. You're welcome.
That's not bad, is
So
it?
she gets 15 minutes to herself to have a nice little wine and read.
I love the idea that she's even thrown a bit of Domestos into the sink, so she's actually trying to sell it in case she's called
The
out
kids
on
can
the,
smell
I
it."
can't smell the cleaner.
13 24 10 if you've got a life hack. I've got a bottle of double chin gin to give away as well. Rebecca in Kashula, what's your life hack?
Morning, guys.
I love
When you're doing your washing and you're hanging it on the clothes horse inside, if you pre-fold them as you hang them, so you half-fold them, when they dry, as you pull them off the hanger, you can just finish folding them and they're ready to put away.
I kind of got that.
Yeah, what was that? What
Kind
do
of
you mean?
understand.
So if
So when I hang up my washing on the clothes horse, say for instance a pair of jeans, I'll fold it in half and I'll hang it on there folded in half. So that when I pull it off, I've just got to fold it up again twice and then just ready to put away.
Yeah.
Right, so you're moulding your drying technique with your folding technique.
Correct.
This is like hanging shirts or T-shirts already on the hanger to dry, and then you just put
Yes.
them straight in the wardrobe.
I mentioned last week too the folding board that I saw, which I've never experienced before.
What, with a shirt?
With a T-shirt. So you just put a T-shirt down and it's a bit of cardboard and then you fold the two sides in and then the top over. I've never seen anything like this in my life, but that's how they must do it in the store.
Amazing.
I've never been good at folding a T-shirt. Now I know how it's done. I feel so much wiser and stronger.
Expert. Corinne in Bradbury, what's your life hack, Corinne?
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Yeah, really good, hanging in there.
So, okay, you know how you get Tetra Packs with the juice or the long life milk?
Oh, yeah, the ones that you
Yes.
squeeze and you suck.
Yeah, so just the 1 litre Tetra Packs of juice or milk. When you open them, if you turn it around and pour it backwards so the spout is at the palm of your hand, it won't spill everywhere into your cup.
Little confused again.
What's a Tetra Pak?
What's the pack?
You
Is
know-
that like
you know-
a
you know-
cardboard?
Like a Prima.
You know
Like a
the little,
Prima.
Like the cartons of milk that you get, the
Yes.
long life stuff.
like
Right.
a fruit box. You know a fruit box?
Yeah, it's the cardboard, like an old milk
Sarah, you've never had
container.
a fruit box?
No, I don't know.
A
what that
Prima.
is. No, I don't know what that is either.
Where you stick your straw through the top
Don't
as a
worry,
kid.
just move past. Oh, a popper.
Yeah.
The ones, I'm talking about the big 1 litre
Big ones,
bottle.
though.
Right.
Yeah.
You know your milk used to come in a cardboard container?
No.
You can still get it, but
You
now
can still
all the
get 'em.
long life
the
and so
long
the
life.
oat
Yeah,
milk.
okay. No, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Bill in Cumberland, what's your life hack, Bill?
You to get a paper towel and you wrap it around your beer and get it wet and put it in the freezer and it'll get it colder quicker.
Yeah, I mean, Says, we were talking about that the other day, weren't we?
Yes.
How to snap freeze something in the freezer.
Well, so you wet the paper towel.
Yeah, wrap it around your beer, put it in the freezer. Just don't forget your beer's in the freezer, and it cools it
Really
in sort of
quickly.
5-10 minutes.
I didn't know the paper towel bit.
Oh, yeah, wet the paper towel. You've got it ready to go, mate.
Bill.
Do it with beer, you can do it with a can of drink, it'll just get it colder quicker for you to...
That's why Bill's the best.
Right on,
Good on you,
Bill.
Billy.
Kelly in Stanhope Gardens, what's your life hack, Kel?
Morning. If the kids are homesick with COVID, I put their favourite book that they've been reading on audiobook so that they've got something to listen to in bed rather than staring at screens if they've got a headache.
Oh, yes. Okay.
It's just an audio book, yeah.
I think people are starting to open up to audio books, but the kids, you've got them transfixed with that, Kel, have you?
Exactly. They love it.
Okay.
My son did 4 hours a day last week.
What of audio books?
Yeah.
That is
Loved
awesome.
it.
That is brilliant. It was Warwick Capper's Full Forward, which was a bit weird.
Oh, a great read.
Courtney in Campbelltown, what's your life hack?
Morning, guys. If you suffer with leg cramps or stomach cramps, clients have told me if you chuck a keg of soap in the bottom of your fitted sheet when you put it on to go to bed, it gets rid of them.
Oh, give me a break. So if you put a cake of soap in your fitted sheet right at the end of the bed, so it's not actually uncomfortable and you're laying on it, but it's supposed to go up through your fitted sheet and get rid of all your cramps, Courtney.
Yes, and quite a few of my clients all swear by it, so I tried it and tested it, and I had a good night's sleep.
So, Courtney, you're saying I go and get just a square bit of Dove soap, right?
Yeah.
And I rip the paper
Could
off
be your
it.
cheap home brand.
Oh, home brand could be black and gold. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then I have my bed, and then under the fitted sheet, wrapped around the corner, underneath that, so between the
It's right at
mattress
the end.
and the sheet, I put the soap.
Yes.
You're out of your mind, Courtney.
This is amazing.
This is absolutely
Actually, I
crazy.
had cramp the other night. It's the worst in bed.
Yeah, you need
more salt.
Is it salt?
Mm-hmm.
Michael in Padstow, last one. What's your life hack?
Morning, guys. So if you have any enemies, you create business cards with their details on it. If you get into a car crash, leave it on the car saying sorry with their details on it.
Awesome. Really good gear. Mick, have you tried it, mate?
I haven't. I haven't crashed yet, so...
Do you know, like, you know when you go for an open home inspection or whatever, they always go, what are your details? What's your phone number? I always give my mate's phone number.
Yeah.
I don't know how many phone calls he
That is dog act. Sarah, is there one that sticks out in
Says,
your
what
mind?
do you like?
Oh, I like Michael's. It was pretty cunning.
All right, Michael.
Business card.
Well done, buddy.
Congratulations, bottle of Double Chin Gin. Rebecca, Corinne, Bill, Kelly, Courtney, you also going to the running for first class and 50K.
We like the life improver. How good's the life improver? Oh yeah, the life improver. Your life improver.
This is terrible. This is... What a fright this would be. 25-year-old girl works as a receptionist. The dad has never understood how she affords everything. She has a very expensive lifestyle. Fast cars, nice restaurants. It's all on the go. She had told her dad that she makes a very decent income through investing in shares and cryptocurrency. However, her father understands now that it wasn't the full story. Dad was at home. He's a young dad. He's in his 40s. And he was browsing through some adult content.
Oh, Dad. That'd be sick catching your dad doing that. Wouldn't it?
Not as odd as
catching your daughter doing it.
not as odd as when he stumbled across his own daughter and found out she had an OnlyFans page. Also, she was quite popular on Pornhub.
Oh, no. That is not...
You'd shut down that browser pretty quickly.
That is not a skill you need as a receptionist, is it?
No, that's not how she got the job there. I don't believe so.
Man.
This was just a side project she had on the go. I mean, everybody likes a hustle. You know what I mean? Let's see how much money I can make doing that. Well, I'm not doing that.
You don't need to put that in your resume, do you?
Where?
Or multitasker.
But see, who's in the wrong here more? Like, is it tough? Then how does Dad bring it up?
Really good question,
You
Ryan.
can't.
I'm glad you invited that. He didn't know what to do and spent over a year secretly knowing this without saying anything. Correct. He then decided at a family function to bring it up.
Poor.
She absolutely cracked it, labelled him as disgusting.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, it is.
This is
Well, you're the one doing that.
He would have been checking up on it, though, over the year to make
No, he
see
would
whether
not.
Yeah, he would have.
I
To see whether
think-
she's still doing it.
Says if you discovered your
Gross.
daughter on a website like that,
You go straight to her and say something.
you never go to that website again. Like imagine the fear of seeing, oh my God, that's a frat party, is it?
We've got a mate.
I don't think they're in love.
No one's seen it, but we've got a mate at the moment, and there is a bit of a story going around that a video that was shot between he and his wife has popped up on. It's popped up on a
site,
on one of the sites.
That's terrible.
Which is just your, it's just an amateur video. Yep. They don't know how it's got there.
Not lobster tube, is it?
No one's been able to track it down. A lot of people doing a lot of research.
Are there
trying
people
to find
on the hunt for it?
Yeah. But it's in the area that we grew up. There's a lot of people talking.
No.
It's on a few websites.
Shivers.
No one can track it down.
And it's one of your good mates.
Because it's not like you can put in a name and it will pop up. It's something like, amateur video or something like that.
How old were you and BJ?
Could you imagine? Was it some of your finest work?
Yeah.
No, it was. No.
Did you wear a wig?
When you deliberately leaked it to all your mates and actually paid for it to sit on one of these sites.
But see, you know what? Obviously, one of them has got it out there somehow. Someone in that relationship has put it up or uploaded it. Unless someone else has got it at home. Oh, and this is like the Pammy and Tommy series that's happening at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a disgruntled builder that was at home.
Stole it.
Yeah, found one of Tommy Lee's videos, and then he just distributed it that way.
Why would you ever? Like, there's a guy that we used to hang around with when Gary and I lived together, right? And he worked for a large mining company. And he came home from work on the Friday, and we were having a couple of beers, and he said, the girl on reception gave me a DVD and said I should watch it. We put the DVD on. It was extraordinary what was going on.
A lot of mining?
No mining at all.
How they
a lot of
select the
drilling. You
canary.
weren't going to get any coal out of there. And it was extraordinary. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He couldn't believe what he was seeing because he knows her only with her clothes on. But all of a sudden, you're right, Fitz, it's gone from... Now it's in someone else's hands.
Yes.
So you have to trust every person that you give, and every person that they're associated with, as if I couldn't have grabbed the DVD, ripped it, and put it on a site.
Is that a confession, mister?
And if you're looking for that, I mean, Gary's still got the link as well, but it was just one of those things where you go,
yeah.
It's almost like nude photos these days with the iCloud hacking. You got to really cut back, says. You got to cut right back.
No one wants to see this thing clothed, let alone in the nud,
Oh,
mate.
that's not true.
Yeah.
Is there a website for Never Nudes?
Isn't that just Daily Mail?
Where they just show a little bit of flesh?
New idea in Woman's Day.
The Fitzy and Whipper Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.